We're delighted that you've chosen GoTrain to take your new course to acquire some new skills and new knowledge. And during this short induction video, we'd both like to welcome you to GoTrain, but also to give you some information just to help get you started. During the video, we'll give you some background about GoTrain, help you get the most out of your course and learning, cover the importance of safeguarding and staying safe at all times, and lastly, how to maximise the benefit of gaining your new qualification. So, let's start with GoTrain. Well, we're an established organisation having been formed back in 1992, and each year thousands of adults take courses with us, achieve qualifications, and access high-quality careers guidance and skills support. We do that both online and through 20 training centres across the country. We employ 200 staff, but most important, our staff include 60 tutors and careers advisors whose role it is to help our learners gain the qualifications and progress either within their existing workplace and career or into something new. If we look back at 2019-20, we delivered 9,500 courses, so when you learn with us, you're in very good company. Of those people that took the courses last year, 97.6% of people completed them, and most important, 96.3% achieved their qualification. So with our support and your commitment and effort, we're confident that you're going to achieve the qualification that you're going to start. The course that you're about to take with GoTrain has been funded by one of our many partners. There's far too many here, as you can see on the screen, to go through in this video. But during the registration process with GoTrain, your engagement coach will explain which contract is funding your course. So we've looked at GoTrain's history. We've talked around where the funding comes from in terms of your course. Just want to touch on two areas that are incredibly important to the values of GoTrain as an organisation. The first is equality and diversity. And all of our learners should understand that GoTrain has an incredibly strong commitment to the principles and action that promotes equality and diversity. So we'll make sure that all learners at GoTrain receive fair and equal access to learning and qualifications. Also, we monitor the success of our learners to make sure that all of our learners can achieve the qualifications that they're taking. The second area we'd like to just touch on within this video is that GoTrain supports the values of a modern Britain. But what does that actually really mean? Well, the first is mutual respect. So we expect our learners to have tolerance and respect for each other, for our background and different faiths. The second is individual liberty. And in Britain, this means that we can all go about our daily lives without government control. So what does that mean within your course? Well, we expect you to exercise choices and make decisions, and you have the freedom to do so within your course. The third is rule of law. And whilst we do have those individual freedoms, of course there are rules associated with your course. For example, we require all learners to log into the attendance tab every time you come into Google Classroom, so we know that you're learning. There are also rules associated with your qualification. And lastly, democracy. And democracy in Britain means it's about having a voice. And within GoTrain, we also want to listen to your voice. We want to understand your experiences. So we want you to talk to a tutor about what you're learning. And at the end of your course, we will give you a learner survey to find out just what you thought. The key message is that GoTrain supports all of these modern British values through all of our courses. So that's enough about GoTrain. Let's now look exactly at what you can expect from your course. So, what can you expect during your online course with GoTrain? Well, first, you can expect to have your own personal tutor who will make contact with you at the outset, introduce themselves to you, set you up on Google Classroom, which is the online platform where we will host your course, and most important, they will stay with you throughout your course and they're available for you in terms of support, advice, information and guidance about how to successfully complete it. Within Google Classroom, you will find all of the learning resources that you need for your course to complete it and most important to achieve your qualification. We all have times when we need a little bit of support and encouragement, when something's perhaps a bit difficult or we don't understand. Throughout your course, that support is available to you from your tutor. So use Google Classroom, post messages, use email, ask for help and guidance, and your tutor will give it to you. Your tutor will also give you feedback on the work that you're doing. This is in part to make sure that you actually do meet the required standards of the qualification that you're taking. It's also perhaps to encourage you to think slightly differently, or to help stretch the way that you're thinking about a particular topic. Always take on board the feedback and try to respond to it. Within Google Classroom, you will also be allocated to the Enrichment Hub. And within the Enrichment Hub, we include a range of information that is nothing to do with your qualification, but is there to add to the experience. For example, we have information in there around healthy eating and recipes. For parents, we have information about how to support your children during the social distancing lockdown measures. There's a range of information in there, and we encourage everybody to take advantage of it. And lastly, you can also expect support in terms of your progression, whether that's about further developing your career within your employer, or perhaps moving into work if you're not currently working. Achieving the qualification in the course that you're taking with us is of course hugely important, but employers look for other things as well as qualifications when they are taking on new staff or progressing somebody's career. So all of our courses have built within them 5 other things that employers tell us they look for. So our courses will help you to develop your interpersonal skills, the ability to work with other people to achieve a goal. They'll help you overcome setbacks, because there may well be times when it doesn't go right first time. They'll encourage you to be motivated, which means looking to take on new opportunities, and in terms of enrolling on this course, that's exactly what you're doing. Time management, and you'll need to manage your time as you complete this course online. And lastly, feeling good about oneself, and that comes very much from responding to the feedback and achieving your goals. So far we've looked at what you can expect from your course in GoTrain, but what do you need to do to get the most out of your online learning? We've put together some tips and guidance to help you. First, make a commitment to your course. Tell your friends and your family what you're doing, that you've enrolled. Discuss what you're learning with them, and tell them when you plan to achieve your qualification. Try to learn regularly. The more frequently that you can log into Google Classroom and take part in your learning, the more you remember and the quicker you will achieve your qualification. Try to set a time to learn. Make a plan and try to stick to it. Your course activities are all set out within Google Classroom. Make sure that you complete them all. Your tutor is there to help you, so make regular contact by posting messages or email. Ask for help when you need it. And lastly, as we've said, your tutor will give you feedback on what you're doing and your work, so respond to your tutor's feedback. We've looked so far at what you can expect from GoTrain and your course, and also the commitment that you yourself need to make to your learning. So we're going to spend a few moments here looking at safeguarding and staying safe. We're incredibly proud that 98% of our learners tell us they do feel safe when they're learning with us. And staying safe means staying safe in our skills training centres, staying safe online in a course like the one you're about to start, but it also means staying safe in our homes and in our communities. So at the top of every page within your Google Classroom account, you will see a safeguarding button, and if you have any concerns about yourself, somebody you know, or somebody in your community that you would wish to kind of raise that concern with us, please just do so by pressing on that button, and you can pass that information to us privately. You can be assured that all of our staff are trained in safeguarding and trained how to manage the concerns, and we will manage your concern with you. There are some specific areas of safeguarding that we also wish to cover in this video. You're about to start an online course, so being safe online is incredibly important. You should always use the internet appropriately. Protect your passwords at all time. You must respect GoTrain staff and all other learners in the things that you place in your posts and the messages that you write within Google Classroom. If you have any concerns, of course, use the safeguarding button in Google Classroom and report them to us immediately. Earlier within the video, we talked about how GoTrain supports the values of a modern Britain. Well, those values include tackling and preventing extremism, and GoTrain supports the government strategy called Prevent. And lastly, when we're learning at home and taking part in an online course, there are some practical health and safety things that we should think about. So set yourself a start and finish time so you can plan your day. When you're sitting at your computer, try to keep your back straight. Make sure you do take a short break from your screen, at least every hour. Perhaps make a drink, just step away from your screen. Keep your cables tucked out of the way so nobody can fall over them, and keep drinks away in case of any spills. Lastly, progression support. Achieving your qualification is of course important, but what you do next, the next steps, is also important, whether that's about developing your career within your employer or about perhaps moving from being unemployed and into work. So you can link with one of our career coaches by video call, phone or email at any point during your course. GoTrain delivers the National Career Service in much of the country, and in the parts that we don't, we have good relationship with the organisations which do. The National Career Service can also help you plan your career and has practical tools such as job profiles and skills health check available on its website. At the end of your course, we will encourage you to take part in our learner survey. We said earlier that one of the modern British values is about democracy and that your views are important. We want you to share your thoughts and we're genuinely listening. Much of the improvements we make to our courses for learners are based on what previous learners have told us or suggested, so please do participate in those surveys. Your view genuinely counts. Of course, if something hasn't gone right and you have a complaint, we do have a complaints procedure and you can find that on our website. And lastly, there is a range of other information for you on our website at www.go-train.co.uk. You'll see in the white band at the top there is a tab called Free Courses, and under there you'll find much more information about each of the courses that we currently have available online. You'll also see a Learners tab, and if you click on that you will find further information for all of our learners, including our policies and procedures and other things that you may well find helpful before and during your course. Thanks very much indeed, and we really look forward to you participating in your course with GoTrain.